So how much time do you spend on the field because of this?
How much time I spend? Actually, you know what? In the user research, time I spend on the field is the least, right? Because most of the time actually goes around in all the prep work that we do before, right? So what I say by prep work is essentially we start by building a framework. We start by building why should I do this research. Then there is a framework that comes into picture. Then there is a bunch of questionnaire that comes into picture. Then there is a questionnaire testing phase that goes, right, where I randomly pick a bunch of people and then I test these questionnaires out. That is where I'm open to going back and correcting it, right? And then we go to the field, right? Inside the field also, like, I need to figure out what time works for them, what areas they are located in, how do I optimize it by saying once if I go out in the field, can I do 2-3 interviews and come back, and all of this other hullabulla we do around us takes a lot of time, right? Actually going and sitting and talking to them actually takes only 30 to 45 minutes, right? It doesn't take much, right? And in that we should just listen. I'm telling you, the research is all about just listening. And the problem with most product folks or business folks when they go it is they're looking for one answer, right? So one of the things that I kind of tell all the folks who work with me is to say that we should ideally give in, and when you actually give in, your body language will tell that, and that's what I figured out, right? So I felt sometimes people were relatively much more comfortable talking to me versus the other person. Then I figured out that that other person is trying to look for an answer. I am just not looking for an answer. I'm just here to listen to you, right? And so that is that will give it out, right? And we ask a lot of questions which might or might not actually help you in that research, right? So for example, I'll tell you an example. So we were doing this one research in Bombay with some person, and I asked this question, like, what's your aspiration in life? Like, what do you want to do, right? And he actually told me that he wants to produce a Bollywood movie, or he wants to direct a Bollywood movie, right? And we were all very surprised, like, this came out of nowhere, right? And he's like, he's himself continued saying that, oh, you're surprised, right? And he said that, see, I don't want to make this big Bollywood movies like, oh, this Aishwarya Rai, Ranbir Kapoor and all of those things. I just want to make a small movie where only like 10, 15 people watch. It might run in like 10, 20 theaters, and I'm fine with it. But I just want to make it, right? And he went on for the next 5-6 minutes to explain why he really likes movies and stuff like that, right? So when we completed the interview, when it came out and we were just discussing how the interview went, and this other person who was with me, he asked me saying that, hey, why did you ask that question? What does it mean for our research? It doesn't mean anything for our research, but it means a lot for him, right? Let's say for in the past 10, 20 years, how many people would have asked him this question, right? This guy who is somewhere in his early 50s or late 40s, has a wife, has 2 kids, and has been working all along, and most of his friends that he has told us are only his friends who he has been trading community and all of those things. How many people sit with these people, a person like him, and ask him what is his aspiration? Because everybody is beyond a point in your life, everybody is looking for something to get out of you, right? There are few arenas where they actually express themselves without being judged, and I think as a researcher that is where you should be able to be comfort them, right? So we try and ask a lot of other questions other than just the research questions alone, right? And that is to comfort them. It doesn't matter whether they're getting an incentive, whether they are being paid for this research. It does not matter. You just need to comfort them, right? You need to understand. We start by asking that, where do you come from? What's your native language? What schooling did you do? We are not asking because that, oh, we want to point out and say that, oh, you did not do schooling, right? So, but we are trying to understand that, what is the background that you're coming from. Like, then we will not ask any questions that is inappropriate, right? So very interestingly, for example, the first time when we went and did the research in a village, so we wanted to understand what are the kind of appliances that the individual is using at home, right? And we were lucky enough to go to their home and actually do this interview. And we had these cue cards, right? We said that, hey, let's list down all of these cue cards and let them pick out what they want. And imagine we sitting in an AC room in Bangalore and we're figuring out what are the options. So we, of course, eliminated some obvious ones, like, we did not take AC, but microwave oven and all of those things. But even the simplest one, like, washing machine and fridge, they did not have, right? And when we actually went and sat in the home, we could not put that cue card out because we clearly knew this person or this individual did not have a washing machine, because the home is that much only. Like, I could clearly see that's what the home contains, right? The moment you go and put this cue card where you say, do you have a washing machine, right? First of all, one, the lady would slap me, right? Second of all, it's completely inappropriate to, like, go out and ask this question, right? And sometimes we also learn on the field during all of these times, and sometimes we might completely screw it up, and it's okay, right? So the time we spend on field is actually very less, right? So some people might not answer, some people will answer a lot. Like, what you think might be half an hour could go for 2 hours, and that is where you need to direct the conversation a little bit here and there. But otherwise, the time we spend on the field is very, very less. If you plan it well, even a biggest of the project, that you could do it in like 2 weeks of field. Like, at that in a day at max, you can do 2 or 3 interviews. You can't do beyond that. Then you'll get completely tired.